10 News weather, rated the most accurate forecast in town.
Well, hello there, everybody. Good morning. And coming up today live inside Studio 10, we'll continue our preview of Fashion Week in Tampa Bay. It happens next week. The preview is today with a lesson in accessorizing.
Plus a deal of a cosmetic procedure you will not believe.
And it's the Best of the Bay Awards, a Lofi's recap with David Warner and his imaginary mystery guest.
Your Thursday edition of Studio 10 starts right now.
Welcome to No Applause Thursday, everybody! Yeah! All right.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Studio 10. He's Jerome Ritchie. I'm Holly Sin, and we have a very fun show planned for you today.
Oh my gosh, so much to get to. Very excited. Best of the Bay Awards last night at the offices of Creative Loafing. Their new digs right next to the Scientologist there in Ybor City.
And above Spaghetti Warehouse.
Yeah, so that'll be interesting. We've got a wonderful play to talk about. We've got our roving reporter, our roving historian, Chris Epting, is in Washington, D.C. with Sam Waterston, who is like the world's greatest Abe Lincoln
impersonator.
Tribute actor.
Yeah,
he's terrific. So, well, let's get things going here.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's do it. Langston Hughes asked the poetic question, what happens to a dream deferred? Does it dry up like a raisin in the sun? Well, folks, this is the question the renowned drama tries to answer, and you can see it this weekend at the Eleanor Dempsey Performing Arts Center in beautiful Hudson, Florida.
And joining us today to tell us a little bit more about the production are Rory Lawrence, Jason Sale, and Lakeisha Moore. Welcome, everybody.
Thank you.
This is a legendary play. It was the first, correct me if I'm wrong, it was the first play to be produced by a black woman that was on Broadway?
Correct.
And in 1959, I believe.
Correct.
So this has got to be great as performers to sink your teeth into this.
Yeah, Lorraine Hansberry, she was a trendsetter for a lot of African-American directors. Now, even the first director was Lord Wright. He was the first African-American director on Broadway, too. So it was a task we took on. At first, when we did it, we didn't know what we were getting into because we didn't realize the depth we had to go into and study and learn the era, learn the trials of an African-American family during that time. But we literally had to stop rehearsing for 2 months and study the time and what went on during.
And the time is Chicago, south side of Chicago, World War II to like the 1950s, I think.
And there's so much historical context to this, and it really is so much about the time period and so much about these characters as it pertains to that. Explain kind of the story for us, Rory, if you will, a little bit, just so people who maybe haven't read it, because I think a lot of us did in college or high school, just so they can get an idea of what they're looking for.
Basically, what happens is the opening of the play, the family is receiving a huge check. Back in that time, $10,000 was a lot of money, and because of the father passing away. And each person has a dream of what they want to do with the money. And then, of course, the story, the plot, the son squanders the money, and the family has tried. You know, what do we do now? Are we going to stick together as a family? Are we going to fall apart? What do we do? And then comes an opportunity for them to move into a nice neighborhood, which the character Jason plays, Carl Leonard. He comes over and tries to say, hey, you know, we'll pay you more than what you bought the house for if you don't move here. And then the conflict starts.
So, Lakeisha, it's kind of a case of conflicting family dreams. Do you have any, what do you draw upon for a characterization like this? We're saying that you studied intensely, but anything going like that in your family or anybody that do you have any personal experience with that?
I wouldn't say as far as the story, but I mean, growing up in Chicago, I'm from Chicago.
Oh, look at that.
And the neighborhood I grew up in, I mean, pretty much it's sort of the same because we have dreams and goals that we want to achieve, but you have to pretty much follow your dreams, and pretty much that's how it is.
Jason, you have a real challenge, I think, with your character because, I mean, you have to play a man who is very overtly racist.
Exactly, and I have to go to their house by myself and pretty much tell them we don't want them in our neighborhood. Yeah, it's
that's got to be hard to look at your friends and separate yourself from that and play that. you know,
it's actually it's funny because backstage, as everyone's getting into character, they don't even want to associate with me in the back because everyone's really getting into the moment. They don't even want me around. Like the lead character, there has been times in the back that he has told me to step away because he is literally angry at me.
He needs to dislike you to be able to portray that.
Exactly.
The story was loosely based on a court case of some kind, wasn't it? Tell us about that.
A lot of people don't know that this is actually what happened in Lorraine Hansberry's life, where her family, her father, who was actually back in that day, was an affluent man. And he was, I believe he was into real estate, and he wanted to get a property in another neighborhood that was predominantly white. And back then you couldn't do that. So they went to court and everything. And eventually they won. So.
And what is the relevance of performing this play and keeping this play alive and continuing to educate this play in colleges and high schools and so forth?
I think it's kind of twofold. No matter what race you are, everyone has dreams. And things happen. Anyone who's put their hands to the plow to try to achieve anything in life, you're going to have challenges, you're going to have circumstances, you're going to have obstacles to overcome. And you have to keep on, you keep on fighting for that dream. And I think a lot with the generation that we have now in the colleges, and the high schools reading this play, this part is so critical in history. This is real life. This really happened, especially what a lot of African Americans went through in that time frame. So,
well, you have a chance to see it in beautiful Hudson, Florida. When in Hudson the next couple of days. Check it out, September 17th through the 19th at the Eleanor Dempsey Performing Arts Center. A Raisin in the Sun, a legendary Broadway play. You can see it live and in person. For tickets, go to the web address on your screen or check out more information with us at studio10.tv.
And that brings us to our Win Stuff Word of the Day. We're giving it to you early today.
Believe it or not, it's Raisin. That's the Win Stuff Word today. Your chance to win prizes just by watching Studio 10.
That's right. Just go to our website, studio10.tv, click on the Win Stuff link at the bottom of the homepage, type in today's Win Stuff word, which is raisin, and you'll earn points. That's just a funny word.
2 scoops.
You'll earn points that you can use to win great prizes. And while you're there, like us on Facebook. We are literally less than 30 away from 1,000 fans, and we're so excited about it.
Again, it's studio10.tv. Log on, and that is your best chance to win things. Holly Sin, what is coming up next?
Well, Jerome, learn about the roadblocks you could face by trying to navigate the legal system yourself as it pertains to Social Security and disability. It's craziness. You need help, so do we. But first, here's your Absco Appliance Center's energy saving tip of the day.
The Energy Star label indicates that a washing machine uses 35 to 50% less water and 50% less energy than a non-labeled machine. That makes the machine better for the environment and better for your wallet.
Some big weight loss programs are